Hi everyone, it's Claudia from Hazelhurst Art Centre. I'm an artist and art educator, and today I'd like to teach you how to make an owl using clay, and we're going to be exploring the technique of pinch pot. So what you'll need are a rolling pin and 2 sticks of equal thickness, some clay of course, some water, newspaper, a wire to cut the clay, and some of the tools that we may or may not use, and therefore we'll explore these tools, but we might use them for texture. So a turning tool, perhaps a texter, a juicer can be handy, and I'll show you how. Also got a straw, and you'll definitely need a fork and a skewer, and if you've got a rubber kidney, that's useful too. So I've got some 3 little owls here at the back that I used for my inspiration. The first thing we need to do is start by making the body of the owl. So I'll just move these out of the way. And I quite like this little baby owl, so I might base the next one on him. So starting with a piece of clay, we're just going to make a sphere using the palm of your hands to make a ball. So just tapping away at all the corners. And go round in your hands, round on the board, till we have a nice round sphere. We need 2 of those of equal size. And we're going to start by creating a pinch pot. So we're just going to choose the center with your thumb, press nice and deep, and we're going to pinch just like a duck quacks with the thumb inside, turning as you go. So this clay is a little bit dry, so it's cracking a little bit. So deep and pinching as we go, nice and even, the top and the bottom of that clay. You can also put 2 thumbs in there. What we're aiming for is 2 that are the same size. So I might pinch this one out a little bit more. Okay, that'll work. So we'll get some newspaper, fill the hole with the newspaper, and that will help support the form so it doesn't collapse. We're going to join the 2 up now by using our fork. We'll just start to score the 2 areas that we want to join, and at the moment what we're doing is creating the glue that sticks everything together, and this is called slurry. So we need to use a bit of water and a fork to make some marks. Let's wiggle those 2 together to join them well. Just smudging across that join now. Take your time. And then once you've done that, we're just going to gently pat this into the shape of the body that we'd like. So I'm going to make this a little bit elongated. And I could give it a gentle tap now, and that will become the base. I'll use my kidney just to create a smoother surface. So I'm just going to bend it, have a little bit of water so it doesn't stick. Okay, so that will become our body. The next thing I want to do is just take some clay and form the eyes. And there's lots of different ways you can create eyes. So I'll show you how I made these ones, but I've been playing with these different objects, and you can see that that could make a good eye, even the back. Also a straw. So how we're going to work, the way I made these eyes is I've just used those rulers to roll out some clay. Let's grab a new piece. So leave a gap between the two sticks. And we're just going to roll out the clay so we get nice even thickness, a nice even thickness. Same thickness of those sticks. So I've made those eyes by pushing down on this little bottle cap. Just a plastic bottle, the top of your plastic bottles. So before I secure anything, I'm just going to have a play and see which ideas I like best. So I'll take a little bit of clay, make the pupil by making a ball. Take another bit of clay and I'll start to form a beak. So I might make a teardrop one like this shape. And what I've used here is a diamond shape, so whatever shape you like. It could be a triangle, whatever suits your owl that you're creating. So what I'd like to do is just sink these eyes, create some sunken eyes. So I'm just going to push my thumbs in and you'll see that the shape completely changes. And I might pop those there. And I could either use that as a beak or I can pinch this further and that becomes the beak. So there's no right or wrong, it's just what you like the look of. So I'm going to start to scratch my eyes in there just to score them on so they're secure. Oops. So always using some water. I like to use a fork. To scratch, stick these eyes on. So this is called slurry and it's the glue that sticks everything together. Just going to stick the pupil on. Just press down gently. So now it's a matter of just making decisions along the way. I will just score that little teardrop. Which becomes the beak. And now I'll make some wings, which can be any shape you like. So I'm going to make something like a big teardrop again. I'll just soften those edges. Trace that so I get an identical one. It's a little bit big, so I think I'll trim that down. There we go. And when I score them on, I'm going to put them so that the angle is going towards the back. Now I might trim them further. Still a little bit big. Okay, Okay, so that's looking good. What I'd like to do also is create some claws, and the way I do that is just pinch a little piece of clay and roll them either in between your hands or on the table, and we're going to divide them into 3 pieces. Just give it a little bit of a bend. Pinch the edge, the base. We'll make another 3. 1, 2, 3. We need to secure these 3 pieces together. So what I'll do is I will smudge the back with my fingers. If they're a bit dry, that's when we'll need to score with water. But mine are still fresh. Okay, so looking good. One of the last things I need to do before I scratch all those areas on is create the little wing patterns. So I've used this tool, the turning tool, the top of it, but you can also use the back of that, or anything that creates a nice pattern that you like. So I'm going to make little happy faces this way. So you can stick your wing on, or you might like to just draw it on with your skewer. But I will stick these ones on. So what I'd like to do is actually just place, I'll smudge that away first of all, and I'll place where I'd like this wing to be, just at that angle, trace where I'd like to stick it on. That way when I score, I'm not making any more scratching lines out of where it needs to be. Gently pat that down. Maybe I'll angle that. And now I'm just going to scratch those little claws. So I'll scratch down the bottom, and I'll scratch the areas with water that are going to attach to that part. Give it a wiggle and smudge it from behind. And there you have your little owl transforming or developing. Now, one very last important thing you need to do is, if you decide that you'd like to fire this somewhere, you'll need to put a hole in it so it doesn't explode in the kiln. So any air that's trapped in there can escape. And there you have what we now have is a parliament of owls. We have a nice group of them. So I hope you have fun making your owl. Stay safe, everyone.